Kings 88.5.
Kings 88.5 FM.
We got the flavor.
His Excellency George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policy. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on coercion or sanitary condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working on a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that is where we are now. What happened yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the SAR is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people feel, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
I see in the next few months a nicer country, a very noisy country, rowdy country, a heavily divided country, a very tough economy, a sense of elitism by those who are coming at the hem of authority. The coming in of the Unity Party is going to multiply the economic woes, the economic conundrum, the economic quagmire, the suffering of the Liberian people is going to multiply. We are not prophets of doom, but the reality will come.
At times, even when we read our country reports, a member may read a report that is not favorable to the country. And if members are not protected, they are liable to be recalled by the home country. That is one reason for which the Act clearly stipulates that once a member subscribes the oath, the home country hasn't got any right to recall the member.
Why this speaker is claiming the speaker is based on what? The Constitution. The Constitution has mandated the speaker to continue being the speaker. If others comes in to say no, we should bring in our own speaker to put that party in place, and next minute you start employing your own people. That should not be something that we should even negotiate here. The other issue here is about moral. As Honorable Snow has mentioned, that there was a time when the issue happened, some of them, based on morals, they resigned. But the guy is not willing to resign here. He is the current speaker. He should maintain to be the speaker. And you cannot be there. People who are elected. They are citizen MPs. They are current citizen MPs. You say no, they should be out of ECOWAS parliament.
Reconciliation starts immediately in Liberia, so that everybody can have a sense of belonging. And
We need to have our own speaker. So to get an opposition speaker, we have to have our agenda. We need to have our own speaker. So today I'm the regime speaker. So today I'm the regime speaker. So today I'm the regime speaker. The speaker who is going to So we as political staff ensure the difficulties in the general rest of proceeding, the general runs of press and opposition speaker. We do not sit there and there go any further. All things we tend to do, they don't get damage. We don't answer the committee. We can't corruption code. We can't minister of government.
Richard Poon is a representative. I'm a representative. Does he have the right to suspend me? Richard Poon is not the speaker. For Richard Poon is not the speaker. No, we should not take Liberia back under the dustbin. If Richard Poon wants to be speaker, there are processes that lead people to becoming speaker. Fonati is still the speaker. Why we say if you do not want Fonati, come to Chimba, let's go through the due process, and you use your 49 to remove Fonati. That's all we ask for. Richard Poon is not a speaker. Any other leader they have under the instruction, under written instruction, I can tell you, the charade is a political charade. As soon as possible, everything will fall in place. We use the law, and the law will be the law.
Of the house, and you can know the speaker of the house. I will come here, give one chance, and with this rope, until they can respect the people really. People that are protest, as long as they are protest, I will keep dealing with them. I will come here, give one chance. I was assaulted by my police and the Zion Army and other people. This place is where we're supposed to talk. I'm not talking somebody living with my car. I will be here again on Thursday until they can respect the Supreme Court ruling. The Supreme Court ruling is very clear that Richard Poon is not the speaker. If they get authority, let them suspend me. Why they can't expel me? They get authority, expel me. I will keep stating my unreadiness until the Supreme Court decision can be respected. I will keep stating my unreadiness. This is where we're supposed to talk. Until the Supreme Court mandate can be respected. And the Supreme Court mandate will be respected. Thursday, I come here, I will enter here again. That session, every day I will come and state my unreadiness. I got no regret. Look, we are lawmakers. We need to respect our laws. We need to respect our rules. Let them use the law. Let them use the law. I was stating my issue. I'm stating my issue.
Richard Poon can do better. Can do better to say, you know what, you're okay, you're trouble, let me serve my people as representative. It's in a bad spot. Richard Poon is going down in history like a neglected, rejected, disowned speaker at this time. That Richard Poon is in a bad spot. If Richard Poon thinks that the people want him as speaker to serve the whole Wahala, he should open an election. If Richard Poon thinks he got 4357 individuals that are willing to support him to shut down for the Anti-Kofa and bring some respect to that. Richard Poon should open a new election. He should step down and ask the people to go for election. It will end this whole Wahala. It will end this whole thing.
It is time for our legislature to make laws and not noise. It is time that our judiciary get on with settling cases and dispense justice without being compromised. It is time for the executive to speak, but speak with the power of exemplary behavior. Some will ask, why this message now? It's because time for us, time for Liberia is running out. Why am I doing this? Because I'm a leader and because I care for the good of the country. Silence makes us all culpable in wrongdoings.
I'm just warming up, so get ready for me. For the next 13 days, I will keep you crying. And you're crying all over the place. What I will continue to do, I've already succeeded in completely demoralizing your base. You're just crying all over the place. I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. How dare you, foolish, desperate people, talk about rescue country. Joseph Boga couldn't even rescue himself. So when he passing around, oh, where were you raising money left and right to feed him and flying him from hospital to hospital? Where were you all sitting there talking nonsense, talking about because I ain't got no integrity?
I didn't have integrity when I was feeding Joseph Boakai, your God. Bunch of ungrateful people. Have you heard Joseph Boakai deny that I was raising money left and right to feed him? Have you heard him deny it? He will never deny it because he knows this to be true. Have you noticed what's happening to you all? And I haven't even started. I'm just warming up. So get ready for me. What I'm going to display and publish, you all will see.
Before we could become journalists today, we are citizens. If there is no way that our country is safe, we cannot practice in our respective professions. When we are at war, pastors will not be respected to go to church to preach. When we are at war, medical doctors will not be able to go to hospitals except on a coercion or certain condition. When we are at war, lawyers will not be able to go to court to practice. That's why when you see these things happening, whether you are a lawyer, whether you are working a profession, you got to step down and protect your country so that that country will provide an avenue for you to be the kind of person that you want to be. And that's where we are now. What happened on yesterday was wrong. It's still wrong. And no matter what it is wrong. We are seeing things happening in this country, and people are now seeing it as being right because the Asa is there. And these are things that we got to be stand up. To be a patriot, you have to stand first on the side of the law, because the politicians will go away. The regime will pass away, but your country will stay. The law will stay. Your patriotism vow will continue to stay on. And these are things that we got to stand up for. It doesn't matter how people, what kind of side you want to be on. We just got to speak to the truth, and that is very much important.
His Excellency, George Weah, President of Liberia. Our board noted that His Excellency's victory as the African Political Leader of the Year 2023 is a testament to his contributions to promoting peace, African culture and development, youth and sports development, and advancing Africa's agenda globally. It is also a recognition of his critical role in the infrastructural and socio-economic development of his country as well as his people-friendly policies. He has continued to advocate for peace and free and fair elections in the ECOWAS sub-region, and this was demonstrated by a show of statesmanship and iconic posturing by accepting electoral loss and congratulating the winner. While he arguably had options as a sitting president, he chose the path of honor, peace, and the defense of democracy. His emergence reaffirms our position that he has remained one of the continent's leading light, as he had continued to demonstrate great faith in the African project, promoting African dignity and helping to change the negative narratives about the continent.
Feel. But it is an obligation, not a choice, not an opportunity, not a privilege, but an obligation. So let me say good afternoon, those of you in Liberia. Good afternoon, and thank you so very kindly that you joined us for the show Real Talk on Kings 88.5. We Another day, man. We can hear but bless God Almighty who continue to see us through in spite of our imperfection. God is still with us. You are on from Delaware, the United States of America. Ruth Bondo Bine, you've come on from Arizona, the United States. Clarence Dwyer, you are following from your hustle grind. You said Auto, you've come on from Freeport. Thanks for the show. You said thanks to you two for coming on. George Watkins Jr. from District 18, Motorcyclist County. Jeremiah Giddings, opposite YMCA, Congo Town. Matthew Choloplay, no. Pastor Melvin Destiny Harvest Power, you've come on from the United States of America. Good to have you on. Venetia's Junior Bar from Claude de Port, Nuclear Town. That's how it is called, the Bushra Island. Solo Wat Corsia, your comfort zone. New Georgia Estate, you said. Abraham Johnson from Police Academy. Matilda Stevens. Good to have you on, Matilda Stevens. You're still thinking about Costa? T. Max Zagenberg Wler. You are following from City Hall. Good to have you on. My dear brother Josephus Manning, you've on from the city that never sleeps. You say New York City. Good to have you on. Musa A. Sharif, you've come on from Sophie, Congo Town, CDC. Papi Success Keita for life from Dupont Road. Alex Kalu, you've come on from your residence, Band City. Yes, Band City. This is where Nimba County, Aweliti City from Police Academy, Navarros M from Toronto, the USA, John Coy from your residence, and Germany, Abraham Johnson. You are on. Willem K. Sumawolo, good to have you on, my dear brother. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You are a very good guy. Good to have you on. Willem K. Sumawolo. You've come on from York Stanton. You said dogs community. Saturated with dogs, eh? Okay. Maduri Chelsea Soiree. You're on from District 10. Bobo say we are from Bristol, Pennsylvania. And Terry Thompson from New Jersey. Okay, the names just running down like a river running down the hill. Rebecca K. Sion from Dixville, beautiful community. Jackson C. Pony of Iron Factory, member of Block Titan community, along with the chairman of the block, Romancio Loputown, Kenny Boy, as he is widely known. Okay. And you said the Asata Miller, you're on from Red Light. All right. All right, let's get started. Time is of the essence. We can call all of the names. You people are in your hundreds. Yes. So We got the issues to talk about. Let's get started. At the same time, we are giving you some cash. It's 4,000 instant. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch, and then you play with two. That's just $1 Liberian dollar, just $1 or 50 or 70 cents US, and then sorry. Okay. Sorry. Okay. All right. So we've got the issue. We've got the issues to talk about. You are aware of some, but sorry, I will disappoint you professionally. What that means is some of the things that you have on your mind, you're already aware it was discussed. So I wouldn't go there to discuss that, but rather something else. So let's get started. Over the weekend, we braced ourselves and we got into the atmosphere, empathizing and sympathizing with those bereaved families right now. They are in utter shock. They do not know how to get over it. They are still grappling with what unfolded psychologically. The accident that occurred on Sunday afternoon around the RIA highway of Boys Town, leaving several dead and others in critical condition. We are told that that identical place, accidents always occurring there. Almost every 2-3 days, you have accident occurring at that place. It's very, very dangerous. Very, very dangerous. A week doesn't pass by without an accident around that place and other places in the city. Our condolences and sympathy to those bereaved families. Very tragic, very bad off. The taxi was under the car. The scene, if you saw it, the taxi or the truck must have gone over the taxi, and yes, it rested on the taxi. So it lasted for almost an hour after the taxi or the truck ran over. The taxi is small, the truck is huge. How it happened? Well, the police can explain that best, or the residents from there, but I can just put it on reckless driving, fearless driving, don't care driving by those truck drivers. Not only that place, every part of this country and city, those truck drivers, they drive as if no one should be on the road except them. They kill people and nothing will come of it. Nothing. People, this is the society that we're in. If the police can just give you a report, the ratio of death by truck drivers will be higher than any other accident. every 2-3 days, trucks either running into a bike, a keke, or a taxi, or running over citizen sitting or just standing by the wayside. The Weah area, the RIA Highway, Batnersville, Painesville, Douala, everywhere. These guys, they, in my opinion, they have become just intentional killers. They have become serial killers by their trucks. The only reason they do these things because nothing come of it. Nothing, absolutely. And that will take us to the police. Apparently, the police too have no solution because these things are happening week in, week out. And you can see no mechanism in place by the police. There is no mechanism in place. These guys will run into people. They will run into taxi, keke, bike, and it's left with the families to take responsibilities. You cannot live in a country that you have these deaths occurring and nothing is happening. Your citizens are being killed and you will do nothing about it. Imagine the number of people that are killed or die on a daily basis from these reckless drivings all over the place. And the police is yet to develop a mechanism to reduce accident age unknown. That means you cannot tell when it will happen. That is the reason why it is accident. But the police have the professionalism to put a mechanism in place by which the many accidents can be curtailed or reduced. Because if you have measures in place, the accidents will not be as regular as they are in the city and other parts of the country. They will not. Liberia is not the only country existing on earth. There are countries, they have their roads. The roads are so sophisticated that you have to drive a certain mile. But they have a mechanism in place. Accidents occur, but they have measures in place by which accidents are reduced. Why can't it be in Liberia? Why? We have the police who are responsible for that. Their two core values, protecting lives and property. Ironically, they are not protecting the lives. They are taking away lives. I said they are taking away lives because if protecting lives is a key element of the police, they will not go doing what they're doing to the bike and other people that led to deaths. They wouldn't. The first and foremost thing of any security person is preservation. So because measures are not in place, these truck drivers and other people, they take advantage of that as if the road should be for they alone. Nobody, this is not to say that passengers or driver or keke rider, back rider don't show aqua attitude or recklessness in the traffic. They do too. But if you see how these truck drivers drive within the city, our country is such that it is congested. Everywhere of the city is congested. Everywhere of the city is congested. The country isn't open. It is small. It is just a tiny village. The population is rising by the day. The roads are not well-built road by standard of modern roads. What we have that just feeder roads. You consider these things in the city and other parts as feeder roads, small. So if a car is on a lane and that car is a truck, you see that that truck takes half of the road. Unlike other countries, that the roads are wide. The police have yet to put a mechanism in place. Look at the number of people. I am told that three sisters died in it. The driver, 2 died, and yes, all those except for few, except for few. The others are on critical condition. We are told that 3 sisters, they got the name in no time, thanks to the news people, Hannah, Ruth, and Naomi. 3 biblical names, 3 sisters, along with 2 young children, their nieces. According to the information, Ruth and 2 children, that's Naomi's daughter and another little girl. We were watching the scene yesterday, and everybody just did not do well. When I say everybody, I mean the people who consider themselves professional institutions. They did not do well. When the incident occurred, the truck ran over the taxi. The onlookers or neighbors were trying their best. While people were crying, the men stood up, fighting hard. They could not because that's truck. And so they fought hard to get a crane. Now, in that situation, you will have the ambulance already there with the understanding that there will be survivor. So the ambulance will be there. The police ambulance or the hospital ambulance will be there on the scene. While the crane tries to remove the truck from over the taxi. It will shock you that all the times, almost 1 hour, the truck rested on the taxi, people trapped in there. The guys are calling, they are yelling, they are screaming, they are making calls for ambulance to come on the scene. Up to almost an hour, up to the time the crane tried lifting the truck, not a single ambulance was there. What kind of country we in? What kind of country? No ambulance went there. The guys fought hard. I think one of the guys tried risking his life too, and that was God working right there. He fought hard. He tried managing, and I think he got hold of the baby. You could hear everybody screaming, "Oh, the baby, God, thank you, oh, God, you are merciful." Or, everybody just, in shout unto God. Can you imagine? The truck rested. Taxi is not as strong. It doesn't have, it's not everything iron. Heavy iron that the truck will not suppress it. It went down. The truck is heavy. You know what a truck is. And that the guy fought hard and took the baby from there. We serve the miracle working God. We serve the miracle working God. God is in everything. He sees everything. He performs wonder. He works beyond everybody's widest imagination. Can you imagine? Baby, under that truck. And God made sure the baby was taken off. You could see the guy pulling off the child. And they rushed, I think, to a nearby clinic or put the child in a vehicle to rush to the hospital. No ambulance was around to stabilize. Any one of the survivors, if they ever survive, came out. Nobody. Let me impute this to tell you. Unity Party own director, managing director or director general of FBS, Eugene Fagon, he was on the net, a meeting. We were watching the scene live, it was on almost all the online television. Eugene Fagon kept on saying, it's 10 minutes now, it's 15 minutes, not a single, no attempt yet by the police. I just said to myself, well, at least you're saying it now. Thank God that your government. Yesterday, if that was George Weah, you guys who have said the awful things. But here is it. People trapped under there. No ambulance could move from any one of the hospitals to go there and stand by. That if there is a survivor, the ambulance, will be in the position to stabilize that survivor as they move to the hospital for treatment. But I bet you, if it was a vehicle of a government official, you have seen them moving. You have seen police moving there. You have heard the siren. Yesterday, there was no need for any siren because it was not political. It didn't involve politicians. That's the country we're in. If you are not within the political realm, if you are not a politician, if that person isn't related to a politician, they will not move there. That's the kind of society we're in. But God is with those people. Thank you, hospitals, for refusing to move, to sanction your ambulance to go there. Today, those people are gone. Those three sisters are gone. I don't know yet the condition of the child because we do not know where the child was taken. We hope that the child survived. The rest of the people who are in critical condition with others, it is our hope that you recover. But God has a way. I told you people about Edward Ford. During Ebola, yeah, we saw it. Because they felt they were politicians, so they were only concerned about themselves. When God got ready to exact his wrath, Edward Ford's beloved daughter, in the open, God struck her with that. And Edward Ford cried. He cried in the open. He did not want his daughter to die. But other people were dying and they were showing no concern. Let us be careful. Let us be careful. You refuse to send the ambulance there. For whatever reason, it's best known to yourselves. Can you imagine the people screaming, no ambulance here, no ambulance here? Where the people can send an ambulance? The people in the car, you all look at people, they're dying. Given the position of the accident, it was a bit difficult for the crane to remove the truck from over the taxi. Imagine that kind of death. The people felt it. They felt that excruciating pain. They saw life leaving them. The crane fought hard and just lifted the truck from the back. You see here, that's the back of it. And under there is the taxi, or was the taxi. All that time, no ambulance. Not a single ambulance went down there. That's the country we in. But if it was a political stuff, you are saying the police ambulance, wow, wow, wow. You have saying Liberia National Fire Service ambulance, wow, 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 wow. You are saying JFK, you are saying all those ambulances. Why did all those ambulances go to sleep? I'm not imputing anything political, but I think in our country, we see these people are so swift, they are so proactive when it involves a political situation or a politician. That's what I have known of this country. Assume that was a politician car over there. You are saying the police, they would have gone and cutting off that area. We have seen it here many times. We know that, but they refuse. However, God is in control. The police need to do a restriction on the highway. If an accident is occurring at a place repeatedly, then common sense requires that you create a speed breaker to reduce. Because the drivers are running out with excessive speed. They have no time. So you need something. If that place is risky and it's always causing accidents there, you put a speed breaker. You don't leave it. You see your people dying every day. How will you feel when you have a situation of such? Then the next thing, it compels you to sit down and say, what do we do in this area? That's the big difference between the white man and the black man. The white man is proactive. The white man is futuristic. The black man, oh, what happened? Go. You need to get a speed breaker over there. It is bad. We can have our people dying every day from these things, and the police have no measures in place. But they will only exercise their authority, their predator nature against motorbike riders. All of the ideas, the innovations, and everything you're put into the motorbike restriction. But you can develop a single idea. Accidents being occurring over there. This is not the first, nor the second, neither the third. All of the time, that place and other areas. If that will stop the many accidents, then you put a speed breaker. You don't need to get as many police officers as traffic police officers to regulate the traffic. You just need to get a speed breaker. When you install or erect a speed breaker there, then it will reduce. Because when a man is coming close to that place, he knows that there is a speed breaker. He will slow down. That is the essence of the speed breaker. That's why it says speed breaker. It reduces, it compels the driver to reduce the speed because he knows that if he goes over the speed breaker, he's going to get it wrong. And that's accident. Again, our condolences, our sympathy to the bereaved families, and God is with you. It's complete disaster. I heard that they were one of their, I think, uncle or brother passed off. So the family was moving there to begin discussion and funeral arrangement. They too die on the road. Police, you have to do something. Let not all your strength be on motorbikes. Let not all your innovations be on motorbikes. You can direct everything. You just develop hate for motorbikes to the extent that you forget about the other events or other things around the country to have complete control over. And then you say the core values of the police is to protect life and property when lives are going every day. Look at Somalia Drive. Look at other areas. Go around in the evening around the Total gas station. See how those container trucks, they park in an awkward way. And you have police people right there. any car can just run into any one of them. Look at the Somalia Drive or Japan Freeway, as they call it. Look at other areas that these guys park. Police officers see them. Police car will come and pass. They would say nothing about it. Nothing, absolutely. The road already small. And when one container truck parks, he takes half the road. And then another one will go in and park. So it will just be adjacent or opposite or side by side. Sometimes they will park the container truck and leave it there. And if you don't have bright light, you run into it. At the end of the day, the police will do nothing about it. They just sit down over there and say, I know the man who is responsible for traffic or trafficking. Nothing is happening in terms of being proactive from his office. He said, your own citizens, your citizens just dying all over the place. This thing can be white men. They will find a solution in no time. But when it is opposition, some kind of government person, forget it. Whole day you use all your strength, energy, innovation, creativity, predator nature against opposition. You're ready. Whole day you get police just creating, police, fire service, and the other people creating noise. The people already traumatized. The atmosphere is filled with too much trauma. Then you have whole day you hear on the other side, we. They ain't doing nothing. Serene on the other side. Just because fire service ambulance coming back, that's serene. Police, ambulance, or whatever the vehicle going to pass, or the one part by somebody that's serene. Everything in this country that's serene. The real time to use that serene, they can't use it. They said that nobody went over there yesterday. The people died. You're as the director general, your government man, your Unity Party man. You're asking whether he was frustrated. He almost cried, calling on his own people to go there. They did not show up because it was nothing political. How you feel now? Those people, they're gone today. Those three sisters, Naomi, Ruth, Esther, I think, yes, all of them, or Hannah, all of them have Christian names. But God is with them. Secondly, as we close here, don't just leave your house simply because you have life. You got money. You got idea. No one knows the future. No one knows what will happen. Only God knows. That is why he tells us, before you leave your house, pray. Commit it unto him. Before you get in that car, commit it unto him. Before you enter that office or that business center, whatever, he said, commit it. You know why? Because we do not know the future. We do not know what lies ahead of us. Only God knows. When we committed on our life unto him, then he knows what to do. He tells us that nobody knows the future, and nobody should ever say they know the future. If people knew the future, they would know what will happen, that at this point in time I will have accident and I will die. Or this truck will run into us and this person, that person will be on critical condition and I will be in this condition or I will die. Nobody knows. Nobody can say that. That's why he said, do not boast of the future. Proverbs, I think it's Proverbs 21. He said, do not boast of the future because you do not know what the future brings. So I advise, I beg you all, before you leave your house, whatever you intend to embark on, commit it unto God. No one knows the future. There are too many people who left their house. They return with dead news, accident, all kinds of stuff. I'm not saying that when you pray to God or you commit it unto God, that nothing going to happen. It means that you are saved automatically. I'm only saying what God said. He knows what to do beyond that. But if you don't commit it unto him, I don't think he's involved. He will not get involved because that's how he gets involved. All right. That will be doing it for that. Let's get now to very interesting. Very interesting word. Let's go to the next pointer on the show. This is where we go.
At times, even when we read our country reports, a member may read a report that is not favorable to the country. And if members are not protected, they are liable to be recalled by the home country. That is one reason for which the Act clearly stipulates that once a member subscribes the oath, the home country hasn't got any right to recall the member. So I want to categorically state here that that very clause in the Supplementary Act of 2016 should not be circumvented, and the members of parliament from Liberia who have subscribed the oath of ECOWAS parliament should not be recalled by their home country. ECOWAS should be very distinct from the internal politics in our different home countries. We should not be seen as supporting the various governments in doing what they want to do, especially when it comes to representation in this very parliament. So I want to plead to our colleagues and the leadership of this house that these members of parliament from Liberia who have subscribed the oath of office should be retained, and no internal politics should influence the decision of this parliament. This parliament is an autonomous body, and the independence of this parliament should not be infringed into at any cost. That is my own submission.
The problem why this speaker is still claiming to be the speaker is based on what? The constitution. The constitution has mandated the speaker to continue being the speaker. If executive orders comes in to say no, we should bring in our own speaker to put that party in place, and next minute you start employing your own people, that should not be something that we should negotiate here. The other issue here is about moral. As Honorable Snow has mentioned, that there was a time when the issue happened, some of them, based on morals, they resigned. But the guy is not willing to resign here. He is the current speaker. He should maintain to be the speaker. And you cannot be there. People who are elected. They are citizen MPs. They are current citizen MPs. You say no, they should be out of ECOWAS parliament. Based on what? If at all they lose their seats, and now you are bringing other MPs, then you can now right to say we are now replacing. But you cannot command ECOWAS to say those current citizen MPs should be out of the list of MPs. It's not correct. It's not fair. So if we are going back to negotiate, we continue to negotiate based on this what the constitution is saying. The constitution is saying A, B, C, and D. We have to abide by the constitution. If we violate the constitution, then we are no ECOWAS. It's the constitution that gives the party the right to be the MP, sitting MP up till now. Currently, there are NAMs here being elected by people and put here. And we are here because of the constitution. So, Honorable Speaker, if you go back, let those now remain to be MPs. And if the Speaker wants to continue to be the Speaker, let him be the Speaker. If you want to resign, that's based on him to resign on his moral stand.
Whatever happens in any country, that country has no right to direct the Speaker or to recall a member except this assembly is very clear in our rules. So when members or somebody writes a letter recalling a member, but the Speaker, this is not something you should even look at because they don't have the right. Once a member, and except he loses his citizenship, then he has to wait. Even when that person is nominated, the legal implication is that you swore to serve for a particular period. And if that member will lose, any of our colleagues will lose his membership, it's through the rules of this assembly, not anybody. So when they have a coup, they write people that you are recalling members. I mean, it's wrong for us community. But once a member is part of the community and you swore that person does something wrong between us that will warrant his suspension or anything, it is wrong for somebody to write you to say that that person should be withdrawn. That is one. Number two, be member of the community. The way they treated you was wrong.
ECOWAS decided, with due respect, not necessarily falling prey to the whims and caprices of Representative Richard Coon and the self-styled majority bloc, as the Supreme Court will describe it, but that he wrote in his capacity as Speaker of the House of Representatives, having debated the issue on floor in ECOWAS Parliament, they gave him the benefit of the doubt. Yes, ECOWAS communication formally. Mr. I think they made mistake. Major Sion is a lady. So they know the clerk, they know the clerk to be a male or a female. They said, Mr. Major N. Sion, Chief Clerk, House of Representatives, House of Representatives of Liberia, Capitol Building, P.O. Box 9005, Monrovia, Liberia. Reference: response to the request for the recall of 3 members of the Liberian delegation to the ECOWAS Parliament. Dear Chief Clerk, I acknowledged receipt of your letter dated February 25, 2025, regarding the recall of 3 members designated by the House of Representatives of Liberia to serve in ECOWAS Parliament. Following a thorough review of your request, I wish to inform you of the following. 1. In accordance with Article 18(1)(2) of the Supplementary Act on the enhancement of the powers of ECOWAS Parliament, the mandate of community parliamentarians is set for a fixed term. Fixed, underline that word. Fixed term, F-I-X-E-D. Fixed term of 4 years. Once designated and sworn in, members cannot be removed or replaced before the expiration of their term, except in the following cases. 1. Non-re-election of the member at the national level. 2. Death. 3. Resignation through written notification to the President of ECOWAS Parliament. 4. Certified mental or physical incapacity to perform duties. 5. Resignation due to incompatibility. And 6. Dismissal by the Parliament for misconduct as provided in the rules of procedure of the ECOWAS Parliament. The honorable members, Samuel Ara Enders, Senior, Moima Briggs Menza, and Tazeb Wongwe, do not fall under any of the aforementioned circumstances. Therefore, their replacement cannot be effected. Consequently, the honorable members of ECOWAS Parliament will continue to serve their respective mandate until its expiration, in line with the international commitments of the Republic of Liberia. I remain at your disposal for any further clarification and assure you, Mr. Chief Clerk, of my highest consideration. K. Burton Samor, Acting Secretary General, ECOWAS Parliament. So, it is a foregone conclusion. These renegades cannot do anything. Richard Coon is not, Richard Coon has never, Richard Coon would never be the speaker. Everything the guys are doing with the name majority bloc, illegitimate. Richard Coon was not parliamentarily and democratically elected and sworn in. What they did with the coercion or coercing Thomas Fowler to perform a ceremony was install. It's not installation, but install. Here is it. When the military take over, they take this person and say, you are the lead, you are our boss. From today, you leading us. Let me give you a simple history so that you will understand. When the People's Redemption Council took over, Samuel Doe, everybody look up to him and say, you are the master sergeant. You are our head, and from today, you are master sergeant. That's what they did with Richard Coon. From that day, Richard Coon knew that he isn't the speaker. But Richard Coon is not really a substance in my discussion here. The substance is Joseph Yuma Boakai. An infinitesimal substance. Everything Richard Coon was at the behest or the approval of President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Richard Coon was not acting on his own. The president orchestrated it, but the plan did not go well. The president recognized Richard Coon at all of his gatherings with Richard Coon present as the Speaker of the House of Representatives. I'm not going to talk about that thing that is out, that the Speaker and the man who say he's Speaker, they had a meeting with the president, and the president referred to Fonati as Speaker, and he said he gave Richard Coon up to March 15 to settle it and all of those things. Nobody, I'm not disputing that. That meeting took place. What the debunking that you are hearing, you are reading on social media was orchestrated by Richard Coon and his people. They think that they're smart. They think they are smart. That meeting actually took place. Boakai is uncomfortable. The pressure now, not that he's uncomfortable. He had always been comfortable. It's the wrong word I'm using. The pressure, he is feeling the international pressure. And please, let's not forget, Donald Trump has just taken a decision that Liberia is on its own now. What I said, I will come to that. Let me run with this as quickly as I can. Boakai knew what he was doing. Richard Coon was acting on the full authority of or approval of President Joseph Yuma Boakai. The only reason that he's trying smartly to somersault because of international pressure, because of a possible sanction is looming on this government. You're going to hear it. You will call, some of you will say, oh, because you're opposition. And let me tell you, yes, I'm opposition, so we look for the things that we can capitalize on to get you out. And every day you give us those things to talk about. So those of you that say we'll talk for 6 years, you will react for 6 years, we'll hear you for 6 years. The pressure is on him. Investors are not coming to the country. The ones that are here, they are leaving. There is insecurity, instability. The country is not in a stable condition. No, you heard Ellie, and you heard how AB broke that down for you. The country is on its own now. Everybody on their own. It's like, oh, look, if you can manage yourself now, if you can take care of yourself, if you can make sure you get something for yourself, if you cannot save, if you just can't do anything, well, that's it. But this country is on the brink of collapse from a leadership standpoint. Nothing absolutely is happening. Everything that you're hearing from the government is what the people call, the English may call rhetoric. Rhetoric just means a speech that sounds so pleasant, so juicy. And if you aren't critical, you accept it to be true. But you will not see the reality. It is based on the pressure and the sanction. Sanction means action. The sanction that is looming or waiting for this government. You saw everything that they did. The international community has all of those things. They're about to release what they call situational reports on Liberia. You hear EU report, you hear the United States government report, you hear the international partners report on Liberia of all these things that are happening or did happen and stay happening. Boaka, no, he in a hard zone. It is very difficult. Duaite, my dear sister, thank you for coming on. I didn't see you from the onset. Thank you so much. My dear sister Duaite, yeah, you enjoyed yesterday. You are making yourself to feel good. I enjoy your little pleasure in your vehicle, your music. That's what it is. That's what God say. Make the maximum use of life. That's what God created all of us for. You can't keep yourself sad. You worry. So thank you. I enjoyed that little video yesterday. Duarte, good to have you. Thank you. Thank you. This is God's provision. Thank you. So things are just bad off and getting bad off in quadruple for the government. The president is embarrassed. He's shamed now. Doesn't know how to somersault because the damage has already been caused. To the extent that they damaged the speaker office. They took things from there. They beat on lawmakers. The mysterious death of the Boulevard Palace manager, and on we can go. All of those excesses all over the place. We can just name them on ending. The international community has all of those things against this government. So Boaka is in an embarrassing position. Then ECOWAS say, since this man says he's speaker, let us inform him that none of the guys from the parliament will ever be sent back. When will Richard Coon comes to grip that he is not the speaker, when will he put on common sense page 1 that he's not going to be the speaker? He isn't the speaker. He's about to be disgraced in a couple of days by the Supreme Court, because the Supreme Court will not somersault. The Supreme Court will in no way legitimize. They have already illegitimized or identified the illegitimacy of Richard Cohen when they refer to him in that document as purported speaker and his people are self-styled. Then they refer to Councillor Fonati Kofa as the Speaker of the House of Representatives and members of the House of Representatives. Where were Richard Cohen? I think Richard Cohen just need to do the needful. Call a news conference and say, gentlemen, everything that happened was a drama. It was a prank. And I am off. I apologize for whatever I may have done. I don't think I have the confidence of the people because I'm not the speaker. Nothing was done right. I herewith request that we drop everything and do what is right in line with the law. Every one of us will blast Richard Cohen. We say all kinds of stuff. We analyze it, but we accept the reality for a due process. That's what the speaker said. The Constitution said 49. When you get the 49, then you initiate, you set the stage for a due process, which means the accused will have the right to give a defense on his behalf. and that defense will be assessed. And then a vote will determine that at 49, you say, oh, you get 50, you get 60, you get 70, you get 90, but you won't give any due process. Samuel Koga lied that they wrote the speaker several times and he refused to show up for due process. You see where we are now. Nobody takes the blame but Boakai. If I were Boakai, I come publicly before the country and confess. Because, listen, a spell has befallen this country. A spell has befallen this country. God's wrath is taking place. If President Boakai and his man Richard Kuhn can do the needful honestly to confess and apologize, God's wrath will be too heavy upon this country. So Richard Kuhn, what can you do now? You nobody. You get nothing. You're just a mere representative. The whole world knows. Boakai went and made fun of you. Took you to Ghana. He pressured the people. That thing could be, it will not be a surprise. I told you people here, you watch it. It will not be a surprise if it comes out in the Ghanaian parliament why a man who is not a speaker was recognized as Speaker of the House of Representatives at the inauguration of John Dramani Mahama. It will come in ECOWAS Parliament and it might likely affect the Speaker. You watch it. We are discussing regional politics. It will take. It has the regional dimension. This whole stuff. It has a regional dimension. ECOWAS Parliament already made their position clear. Before then, Boakai went and influenced. He passed through the former president Nana Akufo-Addo to influence the speaker to recognize Richard Kuhn, because he was doing that now to give Richard Kuhn legitimacy. That's when the guy say, the Speaker of Liberia Parliament, Nambe Kuhn, he even know the person. The man did not see. You put Richard Kuhn in front, that Ghanaian speaker. He will ask, who are you, sir? Can you please introduce yourself? Because the man know Richard Kuhn. The man see. Boakai only when I say the man in Kuhn, Nambe Kuhn. So they put on the man's sheet, Nambe Kuhn. That is why when they call his name, the entire hall was silent. Nobody clapped for Richard Kuhn. Nobody. Why? Because the whole world knows that Richard Kuhn is not the speaker. Now ECOWAS has moved to say Tawamwe, Mema Briggs Menza, Samuel Endot, their stay here at ECOWAS is sealed. It is a decree. Whatever, you can address it when the 4 years elapse. It's a slap in the face again. All of you people who are all around here, and I will continue to say, whether you like it or not, government radio stations. So we are going to say, you're still calling Richard Kuhn speaker, pro-government radio stations and newspapers. But I can understand, you eat your money from them. They get good money. You eat it from them. They say when the iron hot, that the best time to beat it. But consciously, you people will not have the face to walk outside good, because the very people know that you people were lying to get money. You can call Richard Kuhn speaker now. Richard Kuhn is about to step down. All your pro-government radio stations and newspapers, FBS. I was listening to FBS News just before I came on the air. You know what they had there? They refused to say ECOWAS Parliament rejected Speaker this, Speaker that. They say the one that went to ECOWAS and talk about peace, this, that, all the kind of nonsense. How you feeling now? It's good to look in the person's face and say, Chief, this is wrong. This person isn't this. And if we continue, it will affect us. So you see what is doing now. And you heard Donald Trump decision now. Everything over. I think the 90 days finished. Richard Queen, nobody. That's why I told you when people call, I read stuff on the internet and in other literature saying Liberia has 2 speakers. What kind of country has 2 speakers? That's why when you call, when you say Liberia has 2 speakers, I say no. Don't say 2 speakers. We have only 1 speaker. To say Liberia have 2 speakers is to legitimize Richard Coon. And none of you should ever call here at any time on this radio to say we get 2 speakers. What kind of country get 2 speakers? That is a lie. We have no 2 speakers. We have 1 speaker in Councillor J. Fonati Kofa. Everybody rejecting him. Why everybody rejecting Richard Coon? Because the people know literally he's not. Thank you, ECOWAS, for making it formal. So let's go now. Let's take a few calls on this one as you continue to play the King's Cash giveaway. We are giving our 4,000 Liberian dollars today. 4,000. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Yeah, that's all. Let's go. But let's read some of your comments as quickly as I can. Amara Jala Kamara said, he said, okay, indeed, your message is resonating with the Liberian people. Thank you. Who else? Emmanuel A. Pine said, so true. Too many accidents occurred on that particular road, plus other roads, without the public works minister and police going to inspect the roads and study the multiple causes for accidents and road conditions to find a better solution in reducing the accident rate. Okay. And Josephus Manning said, I was watching that whole thing live. It was more than an hour before the crane got there. Yes, very true. And even when the crane got there, how to position to have gotten the truck off the taxi, it took long. That's what led to those people death. Imagine being on that stuff for almost an hour, even more than an hour. Yeah, you're right, Josephus Manning. All right, let's go to the line now. Let's take a few calls, and then we move to Donald Trump's latest decision. 0772 23 99 33 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Yeah, how are you, Mr. Sam Andrew? This is Osiwa with them, calling for the board of Nikutan.
Let's hear you.
Yeah, how will these people talk on this thing? People starting the peace. You see, they want to report those representatives from Liberia on the ECOWAS Parliament. When everywhere and people are seeing everything. You see? So they can't talk on it because it slapped them in the face big time.
All right. Thank you.
So their mouth will not touch it.
All right.
And on the accident, you see our police. The purpose of the judge is to serve and protect. But it's a big question. When
All
they
right,
are
Chief.
there, only there to collect proper data now from Motorcyclist.
Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Andrews.
Your name and where you call from?
This is David King, and I do join you from my resident this afternoon.
Yeah, let's hear you quickly.
Yeah, Mr. Andrew, for some of us, we knew that Fonati was the speaker, and this is why we called on him at the time not to resign, because lawyers there have become the order of the day. And we have seen, because the Supreme Court have already called him purported speaker. The writing is all over on the wall. He knows already that he's not a speaker. Whatever decision that will be given on Friday by the Supreme Court, if Regional Court refuses to step down, we will use citizen removal action.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah, that's
The
what we
message
do.
going across. Hello.
Hello, sir, are you?
Good afternoon. Your name and where you come from? Yeah, let's hear you.
I'm asking to see your sister.
Yeah,
Let me
let's
say
hear you.
thanks to the, okay, let me say thanks to the ECOWAS. Let me say thanks to ECOWAS for what they did. So they point in the school field to Pekara. It is a very pocket understand what ECOWAS stand for. They must know what they do to our country. The media are going to be last one now. They put Lafiya all throughout. And for disgrace to the country is the only country. We just say it's our profession working at it. Well, I can't understand why he bought a degree. I can't understand.
Okay,
so
thank you.
The food of and the government.
Thank you. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yes, good afternoon. Let's hear you. Your name and where you come from?
Thank you very much. I'm Richard King, calling from Iron Factory around the Iron Factory Community Town Hall, commonly known as Dumper Fire. Oh, you see the God that we have here in King's Place. During Eddie Johnson administration, Eddie said, there's a sickness they call Ebola. When John Weah was there too, he said Corona. So, Honorable Joseph Boakai get in office, God, he said, I will send Donald Trump.
Okay.
Donald Trump.
Yeah, Chief, I'm not going to Trump yet. Hello.
Yes. Hello there, Papa.
Yeah, let's hear you.
Okay. My name is Isinian David calling from Clarendon. Thank you for the program this evening. The people there, like we don't want to several hours because we get hungry lion and we put it in power. So I can are foolish over our country. They get taking our country to everything when they can't want eat their own go. That may ever for Nati that baby. For Nati that baby, he is super color. But we say your thank you, you're generating and telling all the truth and we'll follow your every day. Thank you for the program this evening.
Thank you. Have a nice morning. Hello.
Hello.
Let's hear you.
Hello?
Your name and where you come from?
Yeah, this is A.B. Calling. I'm calling you from Pierre Junction, Broadville.
Yeah, let's hear you, A.B.
You see, small shame better than big shame. Oh. You see, a shame are coming to them now. Rachel Kuhn will be disgraced. You know, they say the priest that can disgrace Rousseau. They can all wake up from behind. More to come on Rachel Kuhn.
All right.
The people king power, they're just breaking all the laws. Why is there truth, my brother?
All right, Chief. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Hello. We have to serve most people. Everybody calling. Hello.
Hello.
Yeah.
Omar from West Point.
Yeah, let's hear you. What is your name and where you call? You call from West Point. What's your name?
My name is Mabenu Lee Kamara.
Mabenu?
Lee Kamara.
Yeah.
No, you of whom you will see there. First of all, I tell the Bereaved family, sorry for them. I tell them sorry. The things are happening in our country. We just asking for mercy. Come on, have mercy. When you go in outside, you pray to God that you inform me, I'm behind you. So you must cover me.
Very true.
And when you go, God will cover you without going. Look at the kind of people that die from the other family. They're going for a funeral and they die like that today. So I tell the Bereaved family, sorry. Secondly, to our speaker, who even said, speak on it this morning. The more we come, and the poor for you, you not put it for them. You must see what happened to Prince Johnson.
Okay.
Thank you, Papa.
Thank you too. Have a nice day. Hello.
Good afternoon.
Let's hear you.
This is Edmond Carl. You know, let me extend my sympathy to the bereaved family. It was quite unfortunate yesterday to see our people lying down on a vehicle waiting for somebody to rescue them, and that was not possible. So we say that how it is, they have, and the Lord is in control. May that soul rest in peace. Fonati, kudos to all of us that have been supporting Fonati only because he stood by the law. The law is the law. So Richard Kuhn has refused to listen to what was coming for him. That's what he is getting now.
Okay.
So Boakai intervention is because he has joking. He's not doing it because he's serious about it, but he's doing it because he's forced to do it.
All right,
because he knows the lashes that he is getting from up there. So
right.
for nothing, hold on until the writing is done. Thank you.
Thank you all for spicing the first live of the show. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. It's 4,000. We're giving out down star 799. Star 24 hatch. Play with 200 Liberian dollars or $1.50. Not $1, but just 70 cents. Just 70 cents. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's 4,000 instant. 4,000. Star 799, star 24 hatch. This break, and when we come back, we enter into the second and final lap of the show. We are in the United States. We are at the Supreme Court of Liberia. We are at the Catholic Church.
And guess what? The people come and pay. I'm a winner EPA with me then. The son of our men and then get it right. My husband as citizen is like I was said to you know, it's on say we the mic is here say now it's on motorcycle in pa go boni bien every day.
Mr. Rescue. Oh. I just want to ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? Oh. You're not giving the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say I'm like you. You say you coming to rescue your people. Oh, now why you to us? You even claims to even be the hero from your experience. So why you for us? So why the rest press not stable? No job, no food to put on the table. No justice for the poor. Once you not get no money, rest and show your kids can hold. No opportunity for the youth. Instead of helping for the picking poverty on the youth. Tell me why the people vote you for. Treating the people, I hate to say you got no love. Mr. Rescue. Oh. I just want to ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? Oh. You're not giving the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people say I'm like you. You say you was hoping to change things, but we're not seeing changes. Promises you made you and your rescue team, but we're not seeing changes. You made the whole country divided into two. CDC and Unity Pilot, they can't conclude. You dance sassy, you wish hunting. Now only that, but the Nigerian people suffering. You dance sassy, you wish hunting. Now only that, but the Nigerian people suffering. Tell me who you really came to rescue now. You and your rescue team. Oh, Mr. Rescue. Oh, I just want to ask you one question. Now who you came to rescue? Oh, you're not giving the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people said I'm like everything. I so yama 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 yama. Drama, 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 drama. Tired lady on summer, 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 summer. Mr. Rescue. Oh, I just want to ask you one question. Now who you made the rescue? Oh, you're not giving the people what they want. Then you say you came to rescue. Let me ask you, Mr. Rescue. The people said I'm like you.
Rescue is confused. All of the promises. It's easier to say during campaign. You can say a lot more. You will win the hearts and minds of the people. It's just like waiting. It's just like waiting. The preparation is put into place from the onset. People are excited. They couple those standing, best men, mayor of honor, everybody excited from the beginning. When the stage is set and then everything is over, the real work starts. The way you have to prove yourself. That's how leadership looks everywhere. So rescue is finding it difficult, and it's going to get even bad. It's bad. People, here's the next one. So Liberia is on its own. Former President Salif said it, and Teacher Light broke it down. And this one now, if the country can, if they can drop their BB salaries then, if they can take pay cut, well, that's it. Yeah, it's it. I say, LRB. Bwaga, you came to power the wrong time. So the United States Secretary of State, he's called Marco Rubio. He announced a major overhaul. Overhaul means to check, find out, do, make changes, and on of you say is the United States aid for international development, United States assistance to partners around. Yeah, what the man did. The man canceled 83%. This is a high ratio. 83% of USAID programs. What that means is over 5,200 contracts after a review cancel. What did he say? They weren't helping the United States interest. 5,000, not 500, 5,200 contracts. Those were contracts coming into NGO, small NGO, big NGO, mushroom NGO. People will go sit down in a corner. Then they form a society for the emancipation of the Liberian people. Then they read one project proposal, they send it in, then they get interest in there. So that interest now will push the proposal forward. So if they have a small project that costs 2,500 Liberian dollars, the president inside will raise it to 5,000 US. Then the president inside will get a cut of 2,000. Then they get the other one to them. That's how most of the NGOs in Liberia that had been operating. When you see people they were getting free money, buying car, building house in no time, all over the place. That is exactly with this usage stuff. I know that because we so see it. We go to place. You hear the man say, my man, the proposal you say, even though it's not too bad, but my man, we need to add some things to it. Just do this, and you send it to me by mail. I will know what to do and send it forward to my boss. They will approve it. That's how the people are getting good money all over the place. That's how when the people send money in the health sector, for JFK, for all of those places, the people are just manipulating, just getting free money. It enhanced corruption in government, in the private sector, everywhere. The 3 months, 90 days review over. So the people have canceled their programs. They cancel. So that whole thing about you say now, you forget it. What it also means, they have 17% on a standby. So according to the Secretary of State, Rubio, the balance, 17%, will be shifted to the United States Department for Improved Oversight. That means they will use that for themselves. So tell me now, what's going to happen with this country called Liberia on a rescue mission? Rescue mission is paralyzed. Don't take this for a joke. Rescue mission is paralyzed. Rescue mission can't do anything extra. No external funding. No foreign direct assistance. Everything has just gone bad off. What they did not want to do, it is what they will be forced to do now with the cancellation of 83. That's not the ratio is high. You ain't even talking about 20 or 30, 83. What remaining? The remaining percentage is just 17. 17 is just an infinitesimal number or ratio. They've taken more than from you. So what the government did not want to do, we suggested, is what they will be forced to do now. Since they think they're educated, but yet they are dull, they will have to do it now. The same thing happened. I use a football scenario so that you will get it. But because the country, the government officials are so greedy, so dirty, so nasty, because that dirty, nasty, greedy acts there, you in a kind of situation, you're making 12,000 as lawmaker, as managing director, as this other person, and you don't want a dime to come from there. Then the finance minister has the audacity to say they're cutting on benefits. What can benefits do? You cut all of the benefits, you're not going anywhere in terms of recovering. You're going anywhere. So let me share with you again the same thing. Those of us who follow football, we saw it for years. Barcelona was in a terrible situation financially. Things were blocked all over. When the new president came, the man looked at the dire economic consequences of the club. Barcelona could not do anything. They could not buy. They could not sell players. Nothing whatsoever. The only decision economically from the meeting that was very tense, that we can only come out of this, that every one of us, including the players, will have to take a pay cut. They start reducing, cutting their salaries. So that those cuts now, they will use it for something to come out. Today, Barcelona out of that dire economic situation, today, they can buy players now. They can sell at will. They can do everything. They are out of it. Simple. The white man doing a thing. They want more a black man. Yombli Kanga, you look at you take Yombli Kanga and payroll. The deputy speaker, the pro tem, and the rest of the people, the president, you take the payroll. You see the money they're making. FPRC, managing director, NPA managing director, Liberia Maritime. See how many dollars those guys are taking. Boaka Kimia is the people taking the same high amount. One of the things that helped Weah in his administration, that at least he had money to do some things domestically, was when he took over that ministers will have to reduce the pay. Nobody taking 10,000, 12,000. It was reduced drastically. All of us are where we know that. And it helped because you know why? Those cuts will be saved for something very important to take the country to another level. So the only thing this government can do right now to come out of this dire economic situation is the president have to call a pay, the vice president will call a pay, the pro tem, the ministers, the legislators, everybody. And when I say cut, if you're making 10,000 every month, you have to let go 8,000. Yes, that's the only way. If the country can do it, listen, it will get even bad off in this country that the citizen will rise up and run those people from their places. Because it will get, Liberia will get into the condition of Somaliland. Investors not coming in. So you will not have business coming in. Works already people have started laying off people. Yeah, I think I heard that couple of institutions, they have decided to lay off people because they're not getting money. Businesses are not running. It's just getting bad off for the country every day. It's getting bad off. You brace yourself for more difficult times ahead. What are we going to get money from that? The money that we're generating from here, already the people not paying taxes. The last time LRA boss made it clear that some of the big companies that you have here, the Lebanese, the Indians, they're not paying taxes. They have stockpile because certain government official will go there and then you know what's up. The men said they were in that meeting. The men said the men named some of the institutions that are falling short of paying taxes. Right now, every dime is important. That's why the government have to be very strong on collecting taxes from everywhere. Because no external support again. Nothing coming in. Liberia, lifeblood. Gulf first, America second. So that if you now, what Donald Trump, he said 1.5 million for voter confidence in Liberia. We need voter confidence too. When you United Party people, they want watershed, big news coming. That all the small things they were hoping on. They never knew that Donald Trump was going to take that decision. You can see them showcasing on Facebook and other areas again, because where the money coming from now? Most of the government project will stall. Most of that means it will stop for a while. And the vice president in America, he said, they finished with the arrangement for the 285 yellow machines to come. He said the first amount was high, 43 million. So at this point now is 22 million. You think about it. Didn't Mr. President say that the 285 machines were given to him by his friends? Did they talk about money? Did they talk about any arrangement? When the public, because I mean the legislature, when the public pressure them, that's the time they slow down on it. So where vice president coming from now with monetary value? The president said his friend gave him 285 machine. Oh look, come on, I'll let you talk about that thing, man. Whatever that thing get so vexed with Boakai. Certainly, I get so vexed when you president, you say somebody gave you, your friend gave you 285 machines. If the public had not used their understanding, so your vice president goes to America and say when the arrangement is over, the money they will be paying for the 285 machine will be 22 million, 9 to each county. But if Walker said that his friend gave him 285 machines, the president can lie. The man can lie. In fact, he even know how to lie. He even know how to lie. The man, when he said he went to attend his old-time friend that he was helping, daughter wedding. Today, nobody can see that wedding, where it took place. The friend, he never invited the friend one day. He been having high-profile gatherings here. You will get your good friend that you help, and then the friend, you will never invite a friend to your country one day. And on we can go. Honestly, Melo, your United Party people, you're accepting Boakai are all of us president. But let's say Boakai can lie, but he even know how to lie. People can lie. That means they're using their professionalism to gain. But Boakai does not know how to lie. You can lie, positive lie. And everybody will see and say yes. Even if they vex, they will see logic in what you said as time goes by. But Boakai does not know how to lie. That Boakai on the problem that he know how to lie. The only thing he can say, everybody, small maturing when they lay there, that man, he know how to lie, man. You say 285 machine coming in, your friend gave you 8. Then vice president in America, who the boo, of the stage. Israel talking about that this morning. So earlier, I'm talking the booing of the stage. He said they will now be paying 22 million. It will go through the legislature. That's the reason. I told you from the onset when I started my show, and I think I started saying, "Oh, the person, oh, now yellow machine, ever." That the reason why they brought a whole bunch of lies against Fonati Kofa. It doesn't say Fonati Kofa is a sin. He does not have problem. He has his own problem. But it was the main reason. And Richard Kuhn exposed them by saying the regime speaker, anything the president wanted will pass it. So because the public pressure on them now, no way, nobody recognized Richard Kuhn as a speaker, the somersaulting. If people had just left that thing, if the speaker had resigned, and then, brother, all of you people listening to me, that 285 machine with the men sitting down, what they call themselves, majority bloc, are going to pass with ease. Ease. That now they're talking about going through the right process. So that ADL, if finished now, if the government can take pay cut, government officials can take pay cut, then it's over. You will see in this country. Let them go park, government official park, and keep the car beating whole day. We're coming to experience fuel shortage. We're coming to experience gasoline shortage. We're coming to experience a number of things. When we're talking, you just think that we are against the government. We aren't against the government. Or anything happen here, all of us will affect all of us. We're using fuel here. That fuel we're using here. That generator. So don't say, oh, the people talking they're against the government. No, we're not in different country talking. We're in the same country here. But the way things are happening, we can't close our mouths. We have to talk because if anything, if hardship, real hardship enter the country like the way it coming, so it will affect all of us. When no business running, nobody going to do any business whatsoever, it will affect us. How we get money to buy fuel. And on and on. So when we're talking, we're not just talking against. We're talking for things to be right for this country because this is not Boaga personal state. This is our country. Yesterday, they were talking for the country to be better. Yesterday, they were talking for the country to be better. They were identifying all of the errors and other stuff of the Weah government. They are there now. They say the rescue. Rescue means that all of the things that you condemn in the past, nobody will ever see it in your reign. Because you have saved the people. You say we have damaged the country. That's why they say all over the place. What Jeremiah Pia can say now, with these latest developments coming up, Jeremiah Pia will not have the time. I can safely say to you that he will not be talking much because things are just bad. When I have anything to say. So when we're talking, don't see us as bad people against the government. We can never be against the government. But that is there, the beginning I can say in Labyrinthine is shit. The poor cancer, 83%. That's high ratio. The number is too high. 5,200 contracts around. It finished. That's cancellation right there. The person telling you, look, we're not going to do anything with any country called Liberia. I'm not talking about the other countries. There are journalists and other people are there. They're talking theirs. We're talking ours. You say Donald Trump is simply saying we ain't got nothing. But listen, they're not saying Donald Trump. In his first term, he referred to Liberia, the African continent as the SH continent. And at the same time, I refer to the African continent as the SH. And you all know what I mean. So his second term, you think he was coming to play love with Africa, particularly Liberia? Already, sorry to say, but accept it that the reality, the man is a Republican. The people, they ain't let black people. The man ain't even let a yellow name called Liberia. I know that because of certain names or certain people, because when Weah was there, Donald Trump, he take the kind of decision that Donald Trump will relax. They said, they said Weah in a 4 year, Weah could not go to the White House. The White House couldn't recognize Weah. Donald Trump said, yo, Weah, come and show them Weah that my man. Weah went to that place. The first place they met in, I think where it was a gathering, I think that was in France or somewhere, with Emmanuel Macron and the rest of the guys. They're there taking pictures, moving from one end. You see Donald Trump and Weah talking. You could see the smile. The man left Weah, the man respect Weah. The next one, hey man, what those things they in my go. You know, when you get good phone, you get selling bear. So I want to show you the picture, but no. You see the people sitting Weah and Trump. They said they play Washington football game. But United Party people, you say, oh, Washington never call Weah. Washington ain't get time for footballer. Where that Donald Trump will go take footballer and carry Boaga, who is not a footballer now. The diplomat with 40 years experience or 42 years experience. Donald Trump even want to see it down there. Because Donald Trump saw what happened on Inauguration Day and other things around. So do you know that countries are skeptical? They are afraid to invite our president, or when our president ran, they are afraid. You saw what happened in Tanzania when our president's voice was cracking. And then he almost, like somebody giving up. The lady had to interrupt and say, sorry, Mr. President, we have to interrupt you because we are running out of time. You know, easy. So America feeling. All right. Keep playing the King's Cash giveaway. It's 4,000. We're giving out 4,000. Dial star 799 star 24 hatch and then take your 4,000. Let's go to this one. We'll talk about it quickly and then we are out. Too many news for the wrong reason of the UP government. All right. So they are running with this thing. Sorry, but let me just say quickly. They are running with this thing saying, oh, the speaker ran away, the speaker out of the country, the speaker this, that. They're just saying all kinds of funny stuff. So the speaker office will issue a clarification to that, dismissing that as untrue. That Fonatikova already. I think the mail will be back shortly. The Supreme Court is going to rule in the man's favor. Then where you going? Rachel, all your money that you're giving, the guys are eating it. They will eat it real good. That other man who called himself Robert Hayes, who called himself press director, you recognize Rachel Kuhn as speaker. You say all kinds of things. You told the people not to cover the minority bloc, but only the majority bloc. The Supreme Court had to change that. You can look in Fonatikova face, but Fonatikova will leave you there as the press director. But let me say that was very unprofessional on your part. I can understand why it is true that you want to keep your job, but sometimes you stand. That's what they call integrity. Even if you will not go public, but you came up publicly and say, you're going to cover this person, you're going to cover this person here. All your men, that's so rebel there. The Supreme Court about to rule in Fonatikova favor. What will you say now? What's the issue here? Let me just share this with you and then we are out. You ain't ready yet. The other people they call Anti-Corruption Commission, they're just there. Councillor Alexandra Zo, just sit down there and get your mouth. Let's talk this one, yeah? And then we are out. So the bike riders, they gathered in a peaceful manner to tell the government to give them job because the government took their bikes. Yeah. The government took their bikes, so the government should give them job. They had their banner in a very peaceful way. They were not violent. They did not show any violent act, but rather appeal to the government. Since you took our bikes, you took our office, you took our bread from us, please give us job to get money. And you could see that the police themselves shame. So they gather in a peaceful manner. Then the civil society organization STAND, headed by former chairman of the Congress of Democratic Change, Molba Molu, is going to court on behalf of the motorcyclists. The former chairman announced that his pressure group, his organization, is filing a lawsuit against the police or the government of Nebuchadnezzar for the dreadful treatment against the motorbike riders, seizing all of their bikes. The only option is to seek remedy under the law. That was announced by Molba Molo. Have a listen.
The government of Liberia's decision to place a restriction on the free movement of motorbike riders. This decision is wrong, is draconian, and is a flawed government policy that violates the fundamental rights of hundreds of thousands of motorbike riders who have the right to free movement throughout the length and breadth of Liberia. And it is not also only wrong, but it is very much untimely and has severe political and economic implications when considering the fact that back and keke riding has created alternative sources of income generation for thousands of young people, some of whom are very skilled but have not been able to find employment in the labor sector by virtue of the shortages experienced in government and the private sector in terms of absorbing qualified Liberians to get employment and to meet daily needs. And so the government is wrong on several fronts, one of which is motorbike riders like any of us, like operators of vehicles, truck drivers, taxi drivers, are Liberian citizens that are constitutionally expected to be viewed as legitimate custodians of the free movement of the people that are contributing to the viability of our economy and ensuring that this country is kept relatively peaceful and calm in view of their responsibility to the state as Liberian citizens. And so to decide to place a restriction on their free movement as a government that is supposed to be conscious of the rights and privileges of every Liberian citizen in view of the backdrop of an accident that took place a fortnight ago involving a truck driver that killed one of their members. And we think this is wrong, and it is a thoughtless action that will dehumanize not only motorbike riders, that will create difficulties for students, for civil servants, for marketeers, entrepreneurs, and Liberians in their hundreds of thousands whose dominant source of transportation is keke and motorbike. So the police decision, which I believe is being supported by the more top echelon leadership of governance, to have institutionalized a no-go zone in the central Monrovia area and of course the Douala area and other parts of Liberia, uh, is is an exploitation of the incidents that took place on that day. So we've always supported the rule of law and have always called on motorbike riders to operate within the confines of the rule of law, respect laws, and respect details and statutes put in place by government for the protection of the state and the rights of other pedestrians or people plying the streets of the country. And so those that try to impede on the rights of others, those that become lawless amongst motorbike riders.
The former chairman of the Congress for Democratic Change, Molba Molo, who is in the civil society sector now with his organization called STEM. Okay. Isaac Jackson wrote, he says, Liberia is in an almighty mess. Imagine being packed by a packed car. Yeah, easy. Let's get to the guys from the Catholic Church or the government's public health bill. The Catholic bishops of Liberia have a reservation, or they got several reservations about the bill. And they issue what is referred to in biblical term encyclical or pastoral letter. Why the guys from the other side, the Pentecostal people, they just they're prophesying whole day. I see a breakthrough. I see a moving. I see all issues. God say, everybody, listen, pastors, everybody in society, the economic doom that coming on this country, it will affect you. You will sit over there. If you have 500 members, you go to church, you see only 100. You will not say that devil, because everything, you Pentecostal pastors, everything you're pulling on the devil, everything that you're sitting down, you see all these things happening to open your mouth. You say, oh, it's not important. The Cali people, the other people, then they will talk. I know what really happened with Pentecostal people. They prophesying. Really, you're really getting some of you that kind of way. So the Catholic bishop, there is the public health bill proposed public health bill for Liberia. In that bill, it has a number of things. One of the things in the bill is the legalization of abortion. The legalization of abortion. That is one of the things in the bill, legalization of abortion. They issue their letter, the Catholic Bishop Conference of Liberia. That's how their group is called, Catholic Bishops Conference of Liberia. In their document, which they release, they are opposed or opposing the government's public health bill, expressing concerns over provisions within the bill. They think that the bill has some provisions that are not right for Liberia. One, legalization of abortion. That means the bill is saying, the proposed bill, that proposition, they're just suggesting something, that when a lady pregnant and she get a right to take it off at will. Yeah, she get a right to take it off. Say it make it legal. Abortion means to abort. They get different kinds. So it will go now. It will go to the different kinds of abortion. They have different kinds of abortion. We'll explain that to you tomorrow. Just hold on. Then the Catholic Bishops Conference, after reviewing the bill, very good, they also came across another line or provision that they think, if it is enacted, the public health bill will give rise to same-sex marriage. Yeah, with same-sex marriage. Not only that, though, they went into the document thoroughly. You see the big difference between Pentecostal pastors and the other people on the side. Why the people helping society to get better? Pentecostal pastors and only prophesying evil all over the place. Didn't get time to talk. The day God get ready. Another thing the people found, as per their research or their review of the bill, the proposed bill, is euthanasia. Euthanasia, that another thing they found that it might likely. And you know what euthanasia is? It simply means killing of a patient that is suffering from an incurable or painful disease. Yeah. Or say irreversible coma. That's what euthanasia is. So the people sensing that these things might just become a reality. They released their document on it and urging the government to reconsider the bill. They believe that it undermines the sanctity of life and family values. That's what they said. Let me quote them word for word from their document release. They said, "We emphatically reject this bill and its subsequent provisions." Cabecall, that's the short form for it. Cabecall stated on March 5th, citing concerns that the legislation threatens the right to life and challenges Liberia's moral and religious foundation. And in that document, they reaffirm their position on the sanctity of life, stating that human life must be protected from conception to natural death. That means you might not, another word, euthanasia, again, they can even put you on. Like say, you can ask for death. You can ask to be killed. He said that the devil working through Westernism. And you say you don't want to do anything on your own. You're fighting whole day, Donald Trump, on that cancel day, Donald Trump, on that because say that the Catholic Bishops Conference, they also argue that their position aligns with the church's teaching as inscribed in the doctrine and the Bible. And they quoted Exodus chapter 20, verse 13, which said, "Thou shalt not kill." Yeah, and basically these are the things that they highlighted. Yeah, these are things that they highlighted. These are the three. There are several, but they highlighted these three because they think that if the bill goes for reading, discussion, and passage without these things taken out, then you have abortion legalized in Liberia. You have same-sex marriage already, the semblance on from the confusion in the United Methodist Church. You have euthanasia happening. And then when you have these things happening in the country, as per your law, then it will move straight into different areas now. We'll move straight into different areas. Tomorrow, if God permit, we'll talk about the different kinds of abortions, just to give you a little education so that you'll see. All right, so that's it. So let's get to you now. Let's get to you to have your say on these 2 pointers that we highlight, and then we are out with the few minutes. We've got the news is on at 6, and then at 8 this evening, face the issues with Teacher Light AB. You don't want to miss it. Let's just take a few calls. 0772 23 99 33, 0886 30 44 97. The women's line 0777 9803 75. Hello.
Yeah, good afternoon, Mr. Andrew.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, I'm Pastor Emmanuel Cooper. I come from Bannersville.
Pastor Emmanuel Cooper, you heard what your colleagues from the other side of the religious divide said? The concern
Yeah,
the race?
I think as a Pentecostal minister, I stand with the CBC, the Catholic Bishops Conference. They are taking a very good stand, and I want to call on all the churches, be it Lutheran, Baptist, Episcopal, Pentecostal, we should seriously rebuke that, like the regular quota Exodus 2013.
But what has that got to what has that got to do with rebuke?
Yeah, because it affects the conception of life. We don't have to do that in the public law.
But in what context? In what context you're using the word rebuke?
No, I say I stand by them. After they have done your review, research on that, they come up with a good analysis, which we support. That the government should not pass that into law or stand by the Catholic Bishop Conference. Yeah, that is our stand. And the next thing to the motorbike issue where the stand comes in through the former chairman of the CDC. You know, the police, the Liberia National Police, they are very hapless. What breaks my heart is when you came in as a government, responsible government, as we claimed, you should have re-examined the Cyclist movement throughout the 11 to come to base upon the policy. But you did not do so. Up to now, you are allowing people to import packs. That's the same mistake people continue to make. Hello?
Yeah, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, so you don't, if you want to control or stop something, you start from the genesis. The people can be importing back, then you start from the people. Then the next thing you throw money from the people, they should have lessons, they should have helmet, so that they can have right to fly in the city. After you have done all of that, then you want to cripple the people, or bring pressure on the country. It's very unfair. So I stand with stand also. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Thank you very much. Hey, LIB. Yeah. If that you take the public health bill, you run through it. It is for everybody to see, know, make your input. It's not only one of the things that affecting this country. The religious leaders, vast majority or very many of the religious institutions and individual pastors, they leave everything with the politicians. So when the politicians take certain decisions, then they begin to complain. They wouldn't raise their voice. They leave everything with the politician. Every decision comes from the politician. And when the politician take the decision, then they're complaining. This one is not right. You can't do it. And the Bible says, and you can't quote the Bible when the thing is on and go against it. You sit down when they allow it to happen, they pass it, then you begin to complain that this is wrong, that is wrong. We have to try, man. You have to try. You step up. You step up. You step up. Now you are laughing out. That Richard Cool. The guy is sick. The guy is sick. We're gradually getting to the 14th. The 14th will be on Friday. The 14th will be on Friday. We are gradually getting there. Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm Mr. King, calling from the Iron Factory, around the Iron Factory Community Town Hall, commonly known as Dumper Fire. Well, my concern have to do with the motorcyclists. Look, there's a discussion right now as I speak. I believe my source. There's a discussion.
Go ahead.
Yeah, there's a discussion. I can assure you 100%. There's a discussion is ongoing for the ban to be lifted. But others, the discussion is really a delay is that people say if they do it swiftly, the motorcycle we think it's based on the pressure that it's down. You can remember when Honorable Joseph Boakai tapped on it, that anybody that's thinking about 2029, you should resign. It's because other people say, President, you know 2029 is ahead of us. And we must look at the decision we're taking. I think that based on that he was talking, because other people can go to the president and say, my man, Mr. President, 2029 is ahead of us. So he said, anybody that's thinking about 2029, you can resign. But I'm telling you that they want to delay them, they want to punish them before they can come in.
Why must you do that?
Thank you.
Thank you, Stu. Why you punish somebody before you gave them the bite? They won't do anything. They don't do anything. Those guys, those police people are just bad people. Okay, so Samuel Koga is against the CMC participation in NEMA senatorial by-election, having another political party there, and he doesn't want a woman to contest. He's against it. Imagine the backlash or backlashes that he received. Yeah. Hello.
Yeah. I just want to bring this to your attention again for the second time that our president, President Joseph Nima Boakai, for everywhere in travel, the international community can say you in crisis. You are in crisis. So an inconvenient thing. That is why he's trying now to intervene between the crisis that is ongoing at the House of Legislature.
Okay, thank you, Chief. Thank you. I discussed that from the onset. You follow the trend of the discussion. You don't just take your phone because you want to call radio station or you get something in mind. Follow the discussion. Every talk show host that sits, he or she has his plan, the format. What the person discussed is what you follow. When the person finishes with that or finish with that, and he's not discussing that any longer, you can come back to it. It means the time was afforded you, but you didn't participate. So it's off. So it will not be at your dictate because you want days or you're talking days or you want to say they want then when they finish with it, then you no. That's not how it is done, yeah? All right, so let's go home with the Supreme Court. The irony of President Joseph Yeman Boakai. The Supreme Court opened today. Yeah. I think for the March term of court. And that was the last public engagement or ceremony of the Chief Justice, Sanen Yo. She will be leaving. And Unity Party people are excited because Boakai will appoint a Unity Party person. You brace yourself for that. You just accept it. The next Chief Justice will be Boakai interest. We're going into 2029. Boakai will not take anybody neutral. A Unity Party female will go there. Some kind of drama will unfold. Yeah. Remember, likely take the murder indictee or murder convicted, Gloria Moses Scott. But I'm not too sure that can happen. But he might likely take a Unity Party person. So he was at the Supreme Court today for the ceremony. The man who has broken all of the law, who has disrespected everybody, who has brought confusion, disunity, chaos in the country. The man goes to talk about rule of law. This is what the Englishman call a misnomer, oxymoron. The guy is trusting you. Yeah, the guy is very, very interesting. Mm. The man went there say he affirming his government's commitment to strengthening the rule of law. Strengthening what rule of law? You get no rule of law. No rule of law at all. You strengthen? What you strengthen? What the something must be in place before you strengthen. Nothing there. That one party state, that Nebuchadnezzar state we're in, that Boaka state we're in. Everybody bowed. No democracy. Nobody can say anything. Nobody can express themselves. Lawyers are afraid. The Chief Justice is afraid. She had to give a ruling that led us into this thing today. That because she about to go now, so she thinks that she should be exact. To say Fonatikova is the speaker. The man goes reaffirming his government's commitment to strengthening the rule of law. And he will place emphasis on his government role as the third pillar, the rule of law, as the third pillar of his government's arrest agenda for inclusive development. He will thank the Chief Justice for her service. And then he said, the rule of law is the third pillar in our arrest agenda for inclusive development. We intend to work with the judiciary. We intend to work with the with the judiciary to ensure that the requirements and conditions for a fully functional judiciary are met. We pledge to play our part in ensuring your success. By your leader team, man. Then he turned to the Chief Justice, thanking her for everything that she's. But man, this is just Boaka Mefine. They just wrote something and say, go say they want. He and his Justice Minister who have no respect for the Chief Justice. Just sit down. You ain't reach a serious point here. Come in. We're getting there small. I teacher like and say, yeah, wait. Y'all will know. Okay. So that's it. That's it for today. So before we go, let me say a happy pre-birthday to you, Mary Molba of Iron Factory. I am to you the wife of the chairman of the Intellectual Center Block 13, and your birthday is coming on, and it's going to be a non-stop 1 weekend, 1 week birthday, 1 week. Mary Molba of Iron Factory Block B community. That's great. That's great. You have to enjoy yourself. That's what life is. Don't make yourself too cold. You put worry on your head. God gave life. You just make use of it. Yeah. Make use of it. Some people, oh man, I will go. Me and my dick come in and I get it one. And me and they just make themselves to feel sorry for it. Okay, so it's going to be a 1 week birthday, 1 week birthday celebration. The celebration is going to be 1 week. Marie Molba, you are the wife of the chairman of Block 13 Intellectual Center. I'm told the birthday is going to be just like King Ahasuerus in the Bible. King Ahasuerus' celebration lasted for 2 weeks. Everybody was just eating and drinking. You eat as many times, you drink as many as you can drink. It wasn't easy. So that's how it's going to be, Marie. That's good. That's good. Make maximum use of life. Life is good. Life is sweet. You don't worry about anything. Just move ahead with your life. You celebrate well. Okay. So that's it. That's all the time we've got to be on the show. Thank you ever so much. The news is on in just under 32 minutes or 30 minutes. And then at 8 o'clock is Face the Issues with Teacher Light. I'm Sam Andrews. Shalom.